I want to preface today by saying I'm a little bit sick right now, and there's also going to be quite a lot of background noise due to, what I'm doing here. But I would be remiss if I didn't do something to celebrate the glorious day that is 420. So I'm going to be playing this game, Get to Work. I'm going to start a new game, never played it before. And basically every time I lose progress or fall, I'm going to be utilizing the Devil's Lettuce. But I think to get us started, I had to, do a little bit right now just to show I'm serious. I'm sure it'll be immensely entertaining to watch me pack bowl after bowl in this fine live stream. Speaking of this fine live stream, where am I? There we are. Alright. We can keep that somewhere. Just over here. Alright. Had to sneeze with that one. Unfortunate timing. Now this is content. That's some fine work. And now, there's no time like the present. Let's get into it. You are poor and bald. Get to work. Alright, you can grab onto stuff and slow down. Is there a jump? Doesn't seem like it. One space to break. Also, why is it so quiet? This is perplexing. I guess I'll just have to turn up my headphones a little. That too much? Nah, that seems fine. I know there's some manner of British narrator in this game. Okay.
This story is a metaphor for climbing the corporate ladder. And you may be thinking that the rollerblades are a little goofy. But just last year, people were selling other people digital copies of monkeys to try and get ahead. So,
True.
rollerblades are really not that far-fetched. And who doesn't like a little speed in their life? So, rollerblades it is. But just remember that everyone struggles to get job interviews, so try not to get too discouraged. Good luck.
Ooh, that was dangerous. I'm also playing with a keyboard. The controller is recommended, but my precision fingers should be able to do this well enough without, because I also don't have a controller. At least not one I can use with mine PC. Not too bad so far. Alright. Some kind of collectible, but I'm not going to bother with that. It's too risky. Oh. Oh, and I assume I need to carry a bunch of momentum to actually make this. That's not too bad. Oh. Alrighty. Thought this was supposed to be a challenge game. Okay, well. Perfect timing, huh? Damn. Wait a minute. I've got a controversial idea. It just might work. Oh, I can just go up here. Okay. Well, I technically did lose progress. It was about, I don't know, what, 10 feet of progress. So, I'm going to attempt to keep the stream coherent and thus not imbibe at this moment. Oh, damn. Okay. Okay. Whew. And get back over here. You might have to do this all in one big sequence, unfortunately. I don't think I can get back onto that ramp. Ooh. Alright, yeah, I think I gotta try to go all the way back down. Nice. And once again, I'm not gonna smoke for this because I'm intentionally going back a little bit in order to make it, and that was not gonna make it, so I think I gotta go back further. But I think that's what this very half pipe is for. And by that I mean quarter pipe. There we go. Whew, now we're talking. Alright. It's a bit tricky, but I guess I'm still pretty early.
To your first job interview. I know it can be a little nerve-wracking, but just relax and do your best. You're sure to get the job.
Ooh, damn. Took it too far. You know what? That was a textbook categorical failure. So, what can you do? All right. And there you are.
Congratulations, you've completed the interview process. Unfortunately, the company needs you to do a take-home interview. I see a note here that says, sorry for making you jump through all these hoops.
I underestimated it. Okay. I'm also, for my own sake, gonna give myself maybe a like 5-minute gap between a 5-minute period of invincibility, if you will, where I can't just constantly be smoking bowls. I need moments of reprieve so I can focus on the game. After all, this is gaming. There we go.
Oh, yeah. So the company just needs one more interview. The note here says, last one, we promise. And to ignore the hoops on fire, that's just a technical bug in their hiring system.
That's just a damn shame. A damn shame. I think I just overshot it last time, so. Whew. Don't want to undershoot it either. Well, this is interesting. Okay. Not again. I might shed one single tear. You know I'm never shedding a tear. Because I am a radical gamer. A gamer with very extreme opinions. And in my opinion, I'm doing alright. But these moving platforms are what's throwing me off. Ah, come on. Seems like once you get on this edge, there's nothing you can do. Yeah. I'll tell you what. It is minute 11, second 42. So if I don't complete the job offer by, let's say, 13 minutes, I'm going to do something drastic. Okay. Good start. Perfect. A little further. Okay. Yes.
There it is. You
I pulled
got
it
the letter.
together.
You grab the letter and read it out loud.
This part's gonna be easy compared to that.
We regret to inform you that the role has been filled.
Kind of speed ran that part.
Ah, going back to square one always stings, but you're not alone. This happens to everyone at some point in their lives.
How do I get up there? Oh, I see. This, okay, brings me back. Like a wall ride of some kind? Or just hit the wall and bounce up? Ah, there we go.
Luckily, your mom says that your Uncle Gerald has a friend who can hook you up with a job at their warehouse. I know it's your birthday, but the company saves money when the new hires do
I see.
their training on Saturday nights. So it's time to get to work.
Not quite enough. But none of these are a significant loss in progress. It's just practicing small portions, individual jumps and such. I still need some serious momentum for whatever this is. Yeah, more than that. Probably slightly concussed, but what can you do? I guess I have to go off this first part slower. Aha. Just barely. Alright. Not quite. But I get the idea they're going for here. Very momentum based. Ouch. Maybe I can go straight to the gray ramp. That might be interesting. No, I don't think so. Then I wonder why they give you just this huge area. Oops. I would call that a somewhat significant loss. And it's been 5 minutes. At least. Actually, it's still good. And we continue. You know, I actually have 3 games I want to get through to some capacity tonight. There we go. And so, I'm probably going to dedicate 30 minutes to each, so I am just a little over halfway done with this. And then I'm going to move on to some other classical challenging games from the web.
Congratulations on completing your training. Go home, get some rest. Tomorrow is your first real day of work.
Gross. I've played a little Trackmania before, and I guess when I was younger, I played a lot of like Trials and all those types of physics-based speed games, kind of like this. Oops. Where am I trying to go? Oh, did I just... I just went backwards. Well, not too far. Anyway, what I was trying to say is I've played a lot of games like this where you have to sort of utilize the momentum of everything to go fast enough to actually make jumps. It's a very satisfying type of game to me, so I feel like I have a slight innate ability to go real fast. Nice. Actually, this really reminds me of Skate. Specifically Skate 3 with the comical giant ramps. I guess number 2 had one of those as well, but still. Oops. Yeah, so I need a lot more speed. And that is a significant loss, but once again, I'm not going that hard, so I'm gonna give myself a little break. I feel like you could do the whole thing in one smooth arc if you're real good. Not like that. Maybe it'll still be fast enough. That was horrible. I didn't even get the grind set. Nice.
First day, and look how big the warehouse is. Think of all the room for productivity. There are absolutely no downsides to working in such a massive open building with no damage to safety structures. None whatsoever.
What is that? Freaky. Some kind of speedrun strategy there. Oh, why did I do that? Damn. Hope I'm going the right... Okay.
Oh, don't worry. Everyone falls from the 14th floor on their first day. It's a rite of passage.
It happens to the rest of us. Gotta follow the rules. This is the one where I need considerable momentum. That might be enough. Alright. Pretty good. Oh, and then I ended it horribly, but it was pretty good for a bit.
You know, some people complain about the lack of railings. But honestly, fatal injury aside, it really does let you move more boxes per hour.
I haven't really moved any boxes. I mean, I've shuffled them around a little bit. Maybe that's just another metaphor for the corporate lifestyle. Whew. Try not to repeat the mistakes of the past. A little low, that's fine. About 6 minutes left in this game. I fumbled the pay raise. But I'm not too far back. That was alright.
Good news! Management has really noticed how you're willing to take one for the team. They're saying if you keep at it, you can get a pay raise.
I know I can. Hey, hard work pays off. Looks like you can go up even further if you go real fast, but I don't have the time to learn that type of tech.
So, rumor has it that corporate spent all of their money on fighting Ted's injury lawsuit. So they've thrown you a pizza party instead, which, according to your boss, is arguably better. But don't worry, a manager's position has opened up, and that comes with a pay raise.
This is cruel. Okay. Nope. At least I can see what's over here.
So listen, the company believes that not only should you
Hell
not
yeah.
do the job you want, but you should do the job you want before you get the job you want. Basically, you're working Saturdays from now on.
The grind set.
Hey guys, love the grind set. Wanted to ask a question about how I build passive income while working a minimum wage job. You know, it's kind of draining.
Bro, I'm gonna cut you off right there. Minimum wage? There's your first mistake.
What do you mean?
That's the government, bro. The government created minimum wage.
Yeah, of course.
Let me tell you what they didn't create, brother. A maximum wage. Okay? There's no limit at the top. Change your mindset? No. Change your grind set.
Yeah, okay, but how does that help?
If you want more information, you're gonna have to buy my course.
There we go. Well, at least I got myself a funny little collectible. How encouraging. A little bit risky, but it worked out. Do I get a second pizza party? Even automatically lets go for you. A while back, I did admittedly watch some content about this game. Damn it. Okay, that's fine. I don't remember most of it and like the layout. I don't recognize any of this. But I mostly watch speedrun highlights. It's been a very long time, however, and so I'm scared and confused. Oh, and it's at 30 minutes, but I'm finally making progress. So I guess I'll just quit out the next time something horrid happens. Which could be now. If I wasn't so radical. Nice. Don't go building up speed now. We're not at that level. Ooh. Nice. I think I can do that. Oh wait, I can just try again. That's easy. Huh. Is that like a one-time thing, or do I actually have to go and get a college degree? Oh wait.
Oh, to be young and naive. They were never going to promote a lowly warehouse worker. That would require them to pay you more. But you refuse to be held down by the system, and if taking an unpaid internship will open up more opportunities to
Wait a
climb
minute.
the corporate ladder, by gosh, you'll do it.
Never mind. What's over there? Interesting. I like the looks of this. Never mind. Just for fun. There's a little more speed is what I need. Almost. Oh. Oh, that was pretty good. It's got to go a little higher. Gotta hold the Creed song in my heart. Sorry, I was briefly distracted by a weird notification sound. Well, that's a shame.
Hey there, champ. I've noticed you've been falling quite a lot recently. But listen,
Actually-
everyone is good at something.
Yeah, it's fine. Well, it is most unfortunate, but it's been over 30 minutes at this point, so it's time to switch to the next game. Let's see, I'm gonna play a difficult game about climbing. Wonder what this will be like. Oops. You can hear it. But it'd be better if you could see it. Alright, give myself a second to learn the controls. Alright. Oops. Never played this game either. But I have played quite a few games where you swing your arms around to do goofy stuff. So once again, I've got a bit of an advantage. Some industry experience, you could say. Ooh. Alright, I'm gonna move my second mouse here. That's not doing me any favors. Oops. Uh-oh. wonder if I have to like throw myself. Well, not like that. Can the tree snap off? 'Cause that would really suck. Oh, there we go. I might have to like jump for this one. Yeah, that's... Well... No. Get as high up as possible on this rock. And then... Nope. Well, it is what it is. My hands were probably getting a little slimy anyway. I'm liking this game so far. It's not really a huge loss, I was kind of just goofing around. Maybe I should practice it down here. Like, you can go pretty far, but that gap later on is nothing to mess around with. Nothing to sneeze at, if you will. But you shouldn't. This game is a cooler mistress than the last. A little more of that. Sorry. Technical difficulties. Get all the way up on this rock. So close. I wonder. Oh. There we go. You gotta love these free assets. No. Okay. It's gotta be calm and focused. And for some reason, unable to grab the top of this rock face. Or the top of the gas pump. Must be real greasy. There we go. Give myself a little more mouse room. So damn slippery. Real hand workout, actually. Probably just because I'm tense. My mouse keeps creeping forward, too. Oops. So I gotta go down? Like a leap of faith? Alright. Ooh, that's a big one. Looks like a dinosaur of some kind. This is tense. Well, I'm tense and this is intense. It's as if I'm camping. I don't want to throw myself, but I might have to. Get as high up as possible. Not like that. There we go. At least then if I slip, I can still grab it again. Oops. Oh my god. Well, such is the way. I feel like I'm getting the hang of it though. Back to the old grindstone. You know, I might try massive sensitivity. That way I don't have to throw my mouse around so much. Just real easy motions. Oops, what am I doing? Wrong hand. I also can't get my mouse buttons messed up, which is what evidently took me out last time. Alright, back at the greasy pump. Not like that. Can't let him have any downward momentum when you grab on. Just gotta go real slow until you reach this. Don't break it off, ideally. Although I don't know if any of this can actually break, because that would be unimaginably cruel. Yeah, here's the leap of faith, which you probably want to take from pretty low. It happens. One clear-edged bowl. What's that? Small world. There we go. I'll give myself a slight immunity break for the sake of the stream. And I have a bit of a sore throat. But once again, I am a bit sick as well. I'm always a bit sick. Oh yeah. Gonna feel up the rock a little bit. You know how it is. Okay. Pull up. A space or W? Oh, nifty. That seems like the best way to do it. Wow. I mean, that was a serious jump. This will have to be my last attempt. It's been about 30 minutes in this game. Which means it's about time for game 3. Perhaps the most notorious challenge game of them all on Steam. I guess I could say... Rather, I guess I could say, I'm not sure if I'll be able to get over it afterwards. I'm going to be traumatized. Everything up to the dinosaur head is quite easy at this point. Well, I did say that would be the last try for this one. But I did also fail. And you know what that means. You know what, I'll let the beautiful ocean scene play out while I'm preparing this. Nice little boat. Interesting. What can you do? All right. Time to rage quit. And once again, this next game is possibly the most infamous rage game of the last, I don't know, couple of years. There we go. Why's it not working? What? Oh, there we go. Just took half an hour. It's time for getting over it. Oh. This mouth is also a little bit squirrely, which is somewhat of an excuse, but also true. I've been having problems with it recently.
There's no feeling more intense than starting over. If you deleted your homework the day before it was due, as I have, or if you left your wallet at home and you have to go back after spending an hour in the commute. If you won some money at the casino and then put all your winnings on red but it came up black.
Thanks.
If you got your best shirt dry cleaned before a wedding and then immediately dropped food on it. If you won an argument with a friend and then later discovered that they just returned to their original view. Starting over is harder than starting up. If you're not ready for that, like if you've already had a bad day, then what you're about to go through might be too much. Feel free to go away and come back. I'll be here.
Jeez.
Alright, thanks for coming with me on this
Drying
trip.
myself out.
I'll understand if you have to take a break at any point.
I had a good day.
Just find a safe place to stop and quit the game. Don't worry, I'll save your progress, always, even your mistakes.
Good.
This game is a homage to a free game that came out in 2002, titled Sexy Hiking. The author of that game was Jazzuo, a mysterious Czech designer who was known at the time as the
What do you
father
know?
of B games. And B games are rough assemblages of found objects. Designers slap them together very quickly and freely, and they're often too rough and unfriendly to gain much of a following. They're built more for the joy of building them than as polished products.
Trim this down a little bit.
In a certain way, Sexy Hiking is the perfect embodiment of a B game. It's built almost entirely out of found and recycled parts, and it's one of the most unusual and unfriendly games of its time. In it, your task is simply to drag yourself up a mountain with a hammer. And that act of climbing, in the digital world or in real life, has certain essential properties that give the game its flavor. No amount of forward progress is guaranteed. Some cliffs are too sheer or too slippery, and the player is constantly,
There we
unremittingly
go.
in danger of falling and losing everything.
Damn.
Anyway, when you start Sexy Hiking, you're standing next to this dead tree that blocks the way to the entire rest of the game. It might take you an hour to get over that tree, and a lot of people never got past it. You prod and you poke at it, exploring the limits of your reach and your strength, trying to find a way up and over. And there's a sense of truth in that lack of compromise. Most obstacles in video game worlds are fake. You can be completely confident in your ability to get through them once you have the correct method or the correct equipment or just by spending enough time. In that sense, every pixelated obstacle in Sexy Hiking is real.
You can find them all in the real world.
Oh, you just lost a lot of progress. That's a
Not
deep
really.
frustration, a real punch in the gut.
I think I fell from like there.
Oof, sorry about that.
I appreciate the sentiment. I also appreciate the sentiment. Shale Jackson 06 forever, I'm telling you. Not the end of the world. There we go.
The obstacles in sexy hiking are unyielding, and that makes the game uniquely frustrating. But I'm not sure Jazzuo intended to make a frustrating game. The frustration is just essential to the act of climbing, and it's authentic to the process of building a game about climbing. A funny thing happened to me as I was building this mountain. I'd have an idea for a new obstacle, and I'd build it, test it, and it would usually turn out to be unreasonably hard. But I couldn't bring myself to make it easier. It already felt like my inability to get past the new obstacle was my fault as a player rather than as a builder. Imaginary mountains build themselves from our efforts to climb them, and it's our repeated attempts to reach the summit that turns those mountains into something real.
Quite poetic. But I'm trying to do this radical jump here. Oh, let's see. Squirrely. All right. Oh, it's still out.
When you're building a video game world, you're building with ideas. And that can be like working with quickset cement. You mold your ideas into a certain shape that can be played with, and in the process of playing with them, they begin to harden and set until they're immutable, like rock. And at that point, you can't change the world. Not without breaking it into pieces and starting fresh with new ideas.
Yeah, I'll just push myself up.
Oh, it happened again. Keep on trying. Don't let it get to you.
A cruel reality. Oops. That's all right.
This thing that we call failure is not the falling down, but the staying down.
Exactly.
Mary Pickford. If you need to take a break, it's okay. I've saved your progress.
No brakes here. All gas, you know what I'm saying? 420. Starting to get a feel for it. I can kind of save myself sometimes.
Get nasty over, boy.
Hope this isn't copyrighted. Well, there you go. I didn't mute it, but seems like I, it just stopped. Pull yourself up there. Come on. Nice. Well. There you go. Oops.
I'm going where the weather suits my clothes, and I ain't going to be treated this way.
I guess I did mute it. I was only halfway.
Turn down, boy, turn down. Hey!
All right. Mouse pad's clean. No particulates on it. Needs to be on, I guess. Technology these days. So maybe like
For years now, people
There
have been
you go.
predicting that games would soon be made out of prefabricated objects, bought in a store and assembled into a world. And for the most part, that hasn't happened, because the objects in the stores are trash. I don't mean they look bad or that they're badly made, although a lot of them are. I mean they're trash in the way that food becomes trash as soon as you put it in the sink. Things are made to be consumed and used in a certain context, and once the moment is gone, they transform into garbage. In the context of technology, those moments pass by in seconds.
in this game I actually have played Wentz before. I remember it giving me a little bit of trouble specifically at this part. So I can't feel too bad about that. Oh, close one. Thankfully the pot protects me from all damage. I could slow down and try to develop some kind of consistent strategy. That's not my style. My style is repeatedly failing. But just a little bit. And that's fine. I feel like I need more sensitivity. There we go. My thoughts exactly. No more talking about sink trash. An infinite and futile experience. In that way, truly a metaphor for the Unity Asset Store. man. I've had a lot of fun with all three of these games so far. But they've all had their separate challenges. Oops. Man. I know the hammer is kind of heavy, but I hate how much sideways momentum you can get just by moving your arms around. Just go like straight up. Oops. Close one. Same thing each time.
No.
Yes.
No.
So defeated. Just gonna give myself a couple of more minutes here. And then call the special.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes. Just throw myself a little bit. I think I need more straight vertical motion.
Over time,
It's
we've
just that
poured
easy.
more and more refuse into this vast digital landfill that we call the internet. It now vastly outnumbers and outweighs the things that are fresh and untainted and unused. When everything around us is cultural trash, trash becomes the new medium, the lingua franca of the digital age. And you can build culture out of trash, but only trash culture. B games, B movies, B music, B philosophy. Maybe this is what digital culture is. A monstrous mountain of trash, the ash heap of creativity's fountain. A landfill with everything we ever thought of in it. Grand, infinite, and unsorted.
There we go.
There's 3D models of breakfast, Gen X's fanfic novels, scan magazines, green screen Shia LaBeouf, banned snuff scenes on LiveLeak. Facebook's got lifelike bots with unbranded adverts and candid shots of Kanye and Taylor Swift mashups, car crash epic failed GIFs, Russian dashcam vids, discussions of McRibs, discarded, forgotten, unrecycled, muddled, rotten, untitled.
Yes.
Everything's fresh for about 6 seconds, until some newer thing beckons, and we hit refresh. And there's years of persevering, disappearing into the pile, out of style, out of sight. In this context, it's tempting to make friendly content that's gentle, that lets you churn through it but not earn it. Why make something demanding if it just gets piled up in the landfill, filed in with the bland things?
Yes. I guess I'll do it the old-fashioned way.
The soul would have no rainbow, had the eyes no tears. John Vance Cheney.
Sounds like cope.